If you are familiar at all with anime, then you should absolutely know the name Shinichiro Watanabe. After all, he's the director of so many incredible and beloved anime. Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, you get the picture. This guy's got a fuck of a lot of iconic anime under his belt. And since Watanabe has directed multiple anime that myself and many other anime fans would consider to be some of the greatest of all time, it's no surprise that when it was announced that he would be directing a completely new anime called Lazarus, it became one of the most highly anticipated anime of 2025. And he wasn't the only reason for the hype. I mean, you had Mappa handling the animation, a soundtrack being done by Floating Points, Bonobo, and fucking Kamasi, Washington, and a song by the criminally underrated shoegaze band the Boo Radleys featured as the ending theme. You can't blame me for being excited. So last year, the show aired, and so you may be wondering, how did it turn out? Did it live up to the expectations of myself and others? Is Lazarus a good anime? No. It really sucks, because I really tried to enjoy this anime and I really wanted to. I mean, Cowboy Bebop is at least a top 5 anime of all time for me, and I absolutely love Watanabe's other works too. And like I said earlier, this being a new Watanabe anime wasn't all I was excited for. This shit had so much going for it, and it just fumbled really fucking hard. I'll give Lazarus credit where credit is due. It starts out really strong. Like in the very first episode, we're immediately launched into a story revolving around a cryptic doctor who essentially puts a ticking time bomb in every human, and there's a mysterious ex-convict who's an ex-convict because he escapes prison by pulling the coolest Cowboy Bebop shit I've seen since Cowboy Bebop. Like, oh my god, you see that shit, right? We're not fucking around. And, oh yeah, speaking of that, the animation does not disappoint. Mappa is, without a doubt, one of the scummiest companies in the anime industry, but their animation is on point, and no exception is made here with Lazarus. The fights, movements, and more are so awesome and slick, and while this isn't necessarily animation related, the character designs are pretty sweet too. And that soundtrack, man. Nearly every scene is accompanied by a smooth, jazzy track that keeps you paying attention even when you're not interested. And trust me, that happens when you're watching this show. Oh yeah, and Lazarus by the Boo Radleys is the song used as the ending theme. If you haven't heard it before, then fix that because it's an incredible goddamn song. But as great as the animation and music are, massive problems arise when we come to the story and characters. Like I said earlier, this anime starts out really strong, but every episode that follows that first one just gets worse and worse. This is a Shinichiro Watanabe anime. Shows of his like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are incredible, largely due to their comfortable yet still engaging pacing, subtle yet powerful dialogue, characters that you grow to care about, and originality. And there's not a whole lot of that here. The pacing is fucking fast, the dialogue is really unimpressive and surface level, we don't spend enough time with each character to care about them, and while the show is very original in some aspects, it also feels very much like an attempt Cowboy Bebop rehash, especially when it comes to certain stylistic elements. My biggest gripe with the show is probably the fact that the episodes don't feel coherent enough, and it's kinda weird that I feel that way. I mean, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo have overarching plot lines, but they're largely episodic shows, while Lazarus is one continuous story, tackling certain aspects of the overarching plot in each episode. So it's pretty crazy that the former two anime feel more cohesive than this one. Lazarus jumps all over the place from episode to episode to the point where you can feel lost when it comes to what the goal even is. And I won't spoil anything, but the ending is really anticlimactic, which is super disappointing given how cool the setup in episode 1 was. With most bad anime, I say that they're bad, rant about why for a bit, and then move on with my life. But Lazarus is a special case because I'm just so disappointed that I don't like it. Is it because I think Shinichiro Watanabe is incapable of making a bad anime? No. It's just that this show's main flaws are things that he usually handles amazingly, but here they're, well, handled really badly. It didn't make sense to me, so I did some digging, and here's what I found out. First of all, Joseph Cho, who produced Season 1 of Tower of God, was a producer on this one. Tower of God Season 1 wasn't bad, but it had some of the worst pacing of the 2020s. But that's not it. The executive producer was Jason DeMarco, who was the executive producer for Blade Runner Black Lotus, Uzumaki, and Ninja Kamui, which were all ass. Like I said earlier, the characters and certain plot points in Lazarus were a lot weaker and less original than I expected from a Shinichiro Watanabe anime, and that puzzled me. But now, the truth is clear. This was a setup by the anime industry to make it seem like my goat was washed. Okay, I'm joking. It's not like I was there to oversee the anime's production, so I obviously don't know who was responsible for certain creative decisions. And I cannot stress this enough, not everything about the series was bad. In fact, one thing that I'll say Lazarus does better than its counterparts is its LGBTQ+ representation. Previous Watanabe works such as Carol and Tuesday, and especially Samurai Champloo, struggled a bit with positive portrayals of queer people, and here Watanabe actually incorporates a really respectful portrayal of a trans woman. Was it extremely significant? No. Did the discussion of her gender identity last like less than 15 seconds and come out of nowhere? Yes. But it was still really cool to see. But unfortunately, there's still one glaring issue with this show that I still haven't covered. Thankfully, my anime list user Dreadnoughty was kind enough to summarize it. Lazarus is unfortunately infected with woke garbage, and I gotta say, I agree. I think it's absolutely sick that this show thought it could get away with including a character who is Canadian. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Lazarus. I mean, I could also mention that every episode was named after a classic rock song, and I mean, hey, that was cool. In the end, this just feels like an unfortunate fumbling of a series that could have been so much better and so much cooler. Honestly, if more time had been dedicated to the writing process, we probably could have had another Samurai Champloo on our hands. But, well, there wasn't, and we don't. Maybe in another universe, Lazarus was the best anime to come out of 2025, but as things stand here, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. There truly are so many things to love about this show, but sadly, there's much more to criticize. If Shinichiro Watanabe decides to make another anime somewhere down the line, all I can do is hope he learned from the mistakes he made here and create something better. But for now, I'm gonna go and rewatch Cowboy Bebop again, hell yeah. I guess all that's left to do now is say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please consider liking, sharing, and especially subscribing. What did you think of Lazarus? Feel free to comment your thoughts down below. I hope to see you in the next video, but for now, this has been Bizaster. See ya!